Hello and welcome to today's training. Today I will be going over with you how to use Edulastic to create a writing assignment for your TELPAS. Okay, first thing we're going to do is we're going to go to edulastic.com. So edulastic.com, and if you already have an account, you're just going to go to login. If you don't have an account yet, what you want to do is you want to join for free. You want to say as teacher. So once you get to this screen, you want to say sign up. Click right there, and you're going to say I'm a teacher, and you're going to sign up with Google. I'm not going to go through the next steps because I already have an account, but what basically it's going to do is you're going to say sign up with Google, you're going to confirm that it's your Google account, and then it's going to take you through steps of creating your profile in Edulastic. It'll ask for your class information, content area, grade level, and so on, campus name. So once you get all that fixed up, you're gonna end up back in Edulastic. So let me go ahead and sign in. Just gonna click sign in right here, sign in with Google. Okay, so you've created your profile, you're in Edulastic. Couple of things right here. This one will always get you back to the dashboard, and that's what this is. This is the dashboard. This is an assignments tab. This is for gradebook. This is for reports. And these down here are different items, tests, playlists, and so on. This one right here will show you all your classes, and you can put them in groups as well. So we're going to come up here to the dashboard. We're going to do is if you already have your classes set up right here, connected with Google Classroom, they're going to be showing up right here, just like mine is right here. If you don't have any classes because you're a new user, what you want to do is you want to say create new class, and you're going to give it a class name, and this one will just say Edulastic TELPAS Training. I'm going to give it a starting date, which would be today, and an ending date, we'll just put the last day of the school year, which will be June the 10th. Okay, I'm going to tell it a grade. I'm just going to go ahead and pick 4th grade. I'm going to give it a subject. It could be any subject. I'm just choosing ELA. Go ahead and select your standards, and we'll say, we'll look for the Texas one. And let me find. Okay, so we're going to find TEKS ELA Figure 19 standards. We'll go ahead and go with these right here. All right. And this is only if you're creating a class. Of course, you want to put your information that goes with your grade and your subject level. The course, kind of the same thing that we just did. You find your grade level, and you find the one that goes with language arts, ELA. That's 4th grade science. Okay, it's right there. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. In school, depending on what school you are, right now I have access to 3 different campuses because I have accounts in those 3 different campuses. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just go ahead and pick, I'm just going to choose high school as a campus. And you can select a tag. A tag is just an identifier. I'm just going to leave that blank. Okay, so once you've created all this right here, you want to say save class. All right, and here's your information. Here's your class code. Right now I don't have any students. Tells you your teacher. If you want to add co-teachers, you can do that by clicking here. You put their teacher email or username. Typically email would probably be the best. Click add, and then the teacher will be in here as well. It gives you a starting date, gives you an end date, gives you the standard in the course. If you want to add students, you click right here. This will only add them to Edulastic. It does not connect with Google Classroom. If you want to sync it with Google Classroom, what you want to do is you want to come up here and say sync with Google Classroom. So you click right there, and now we need the class code. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my classroom. I'm going to pick this one right here, and my code is going to come up right here. Just wait a few seconds. Okay, there it is. I'm just going to highlight it, and I'm going to copy it, Control C, come here, I'm going to do Control V. All right, and then is this enroll code teacher, all teachers present in Google Classroom. If you want all the teachers that are part of your Google Classroom to be enrolled in this class, you just check the little box right here. If you don't have anybody in there, you can just leave it blank. So I'm going to go ahead and click sync. And what this is going to do is going to sync this Edulastic class with Google Classroom. Now, if you don't have any students, oh, there it is. There's my demo student. This is a student that I use just for practice. So it's loaded up the student right here. Okay, so now I'm in Edulastic. I've got a class. I'm going to go back to my dashboard. Here's my Edulastic class. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an assignment. Okay, so I can click on this plus right here. You can always go right here and it'll show you assignments, but I'm going to go ahead and click on the plus. Create new assignment. And right here, what you're going to choose is you're going to say author a test. You're going to say create from scratch. Okay, and right here, I'm going to give my assignment a name. So I'm just going to say TELPAS ELA writing sample, or whatever you want to call it, writing assignment. You want to give a description here if you want to. I'm just going to say TELPAS ELA. I'm just going to put the same information. Writing. Okay. I'm going to say what grade level. My course is 4th grade. And I'm going to pick a subject, ELA. I'm not going to choose a tag. All right. So now that I've done that, I'm going to go to add my items. And I know this looks a little confusing. It's like, what do I do? This is too much information right here. All you got to do is come over here where it says create new item. Okay. You don't have to do anything with any of this right here. You want to do is create new item. And we want to come right here where it says writing. Click on it. And we want the essay with plain text. You can do the rich text, and it's not going to give you extra options. There's not going to give you the spelling check, or it's not going to give you word correction or any of those things. But I'm going to just go ahead and do the essay with simple text. I'm going to select that one. Here is where you would pick your question. So I'm going to pick something easy. I'm going to say describe the character in the book Little Red Riding Hood. Ooh, I hope I spelled it right. I'm going to say describe the main character. And, you know, it could be a book you've been reading about. It could be something that's been going on in your classroom. It could be anything. I just chose that. Hopefully it's all correct. I'm going to go ahead and take this off because I don't want them to copy and paste material from somewhere else and just have the ability to copy and paste into this document. Right here on the left side is a little video that walks you through the process of doing this. If you have any questions, you can do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on preview mode. This helps me preview the assignment. It says describe the main character in the book Little Red Riding Hood, and this is where students would start typing. Okay. Under the metadata tab here, this is where you can give more specific as far as the standards. But because your TELPAS is just a writing sample that needs to be turned in, you really don't have to do any of this material right here. For a regular assignment, you probably want to, just to keep track of your data. but I'm gonna go ahead and go here, here, and now I'm gonna go ahead and click on save. It says item is not associated with any standard. Would you like to continue? I'm gonna go ahead and say yes because I'm not associating it with standards. Say proceed. All right, you got all this information right here, and then you got all of this right here. You can get rid of those, and then you're thinking, well, where is my assignment, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on review. There it is. Scrub the little red character. It's a grade 4. It doesn't belong to a collection. So what we're gonna do is we're going to actually publish it. Okay, so I'm gonna click on publish. And then got to decide where do I want to save this? In a private library, which will be your account library, or if you want it to be available to others, you click edit and you say, okay, I want it available to the school so somebody else can use it, or individuals. What I do is I put in their email and I'll send them an email with the link to it, which is right here also. You can copy and paste it, or you can do link sharing. I would say just choose school, okay? And we'll go ahead and click on share, and then don't hit cancel. What you want to do is you want to close this window right here. You want to click on the X. So you click on that X, it goes away. All right, so now I'm ready to assign it. Go ahead and click assign, and I'm going to select the class. So I'm going to click right here, and I'm going to say I'm going to go to my Edulastic TELPAS training. Okay, my students, you can select all. I'm just going to select him because it's one. All right, this is very important right here. The dates. Open date. Open means it's ready to be used. So you can choose an open date. Here's a calendar. If I want this to be ready today to go as soon as I finish it, I'm going to put today. You got to decide when your closing date is. This is very important right here because once it's closed, it's closed. Nobody can use it. So I would say choose your deadline date for all writing assignments to be that date. That'll be up to you. Your campus can decide on what that closing date's going to be. It's very important though, especially for those online kids. All right, and then so you have to decide here, do I use an open close date, or do I use open, due, and close date? Allow late submissions. If you're going to allow late submissions, I would say use this one. If you're going to be a stickler for the open and close date, then I would use that one. You know, it's kind of depending on you. So again, if you want to have a specific open and close date window, use this one. If you want to allow assignments to be turned past a window date, then you go ahead and use this one. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this one right here. Open policy, automatically on start date. So if you wanted to start on that first date right here, you're going to leave it right here. If you want to automatically close it on date, you can do this one. If you want to close it manually, which is probably what I would recommend, that way you have control of when you close it. Because once it's closed, it's closed. You cannot submit anything else after that close date. Okay, test type. Is it a class assignment? I would just give it a practice assessment. And then there's a bunch of information here that you can play with. You can turn on and off. I would probably just leave it as is. I think everything is the way it needs to be right here. All right, so once you've done that, you can go ahead and say assign. I'm going to click assign. All right, so it says success. It's been assigned. Good job. All right, so now I'm going to go to my live class board. And here I can monitor the assignments as they get turned in. Okay. Another thing, if you have students that need text-to-speech, you know, need the question read to them or the prompt, you can go here to the Manage Class and click on the class. And right here, this is TTS enabled, that's text-to-speech. If you have students that need that, the way you manage that is right here, and you can say enable or disable text-to-speech. So you select the student. If you want to disable it, take it off. If you want to enable it, that way it's read to them, I'm going to go ahead and enable it. Okay. All right, so that is the class. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in as the student so you can see what it looks like on the student's end. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, on Edulastic, I'm going to sign out as me, and then I'm going to log in as the student. So I'm going to sign out. And then I'm going to sign in with Google. And it's going to ask me. Oh, I don't know why I didn't. It should be asking me which Google account I want to use. I'm going to go back to the main window of Edulastic. Log in. Log in. Okay. It's not cooperating with me. And these are the kind of little things you kind of run into sometimes. So I'm going to say, this is what we'll do. We'll go there. Here, I'm going to go to edulastic.com. Okay. Let's see if this will let me join as a student. It should let me to add the account, but it's not letting me switch over to a student account. Let me try this. Go here. Okay, so I'm logged in as a student here. I'm going to close those and go here. Okay. Say log in. Okay. No, that's not helping. No, I don't want that. Sorry about this. Sometimes these things come up. These things happen here. So do log out completely out of this here. Okay, so I'm going to say I'm going to join as a student. Maybe that'll do it right there. Sign in with Google. Okay, so now I'm going to select my student account. Okay, so here is my student. I only have one class as this student. If you have, as a student, you may see more of these classes right here. So I'm going to say I'm going to start assignment. So here's the describe the main character in the book, the Little Red Riding Hood, and this is where the student would start typing. She wears a red hood. Okay, and as you can see, there aren't any tools to correct spelling. There's no tools to edit anything. It's just simple writing. Okay, once the student has finished, so visual assistance just changes the color, as you can see, kind of the background if they need some help with that. Maybe some of your 504 students, if they need to make it bigger, they can. It doesn't change very much, but if that's something they need, they can do that. Right here, these are more like, it's a scratch pad, but it gives you a lot of the tools for math. So it really doesn't help them in any way right there. If they want to magnify, they can do that. This right here saves and exit. So if they started but they haven't really finished, they can save it and exit. Let's say proceed. They can come back and resume when they get back in. Once they're done, they can click submit. And then they'll have to hit submit one more time right here. Okay. And that's it. So there's no feedback yet. So this is what the student sees. Here's the teachers, the classroom. And that's the student view. Okay. So I'm going to sign out as a student. And I'm going to go back up as a teacher. So I'm going to say teacher, and then I'm going to say sign in. There's my option for teacher. All right, so I'm back in the dashboard. Here's my Edulastic class. There's one assignment. I can click on it. It will show me that it's in grading mode. And there it is. It's been turned in. If I want to do something with it, if I want to view it, if I want to print it, I can do it from right here. Click on actions, and then I can preview it. I don't know where the words actually went. Look at the live class board. If I want them to redo it again, you can say redirect. And what that does is it allows the student to do it again. Redirect means it gives them an opportunity to redo it again. So I'm going to say redirect. It's been successful. Okay. Let me look at my student. I don't know kind of what happened there. Student. Okay, so you can see where it says in progress. I can retake, can review. I don't want that. I want to retake, launch. And there's the text that I put in. I'm not sure why it wasn't showing up on the teacher's end of things. Save it, come back to it. She carries food for grandma. Let's save it. Always just remind your students to save their work, just in case. Okay, I'm going to say resume, and then I'm going and submit. And then, please review questions 1. They can look at it. Okay. So students have, for the second time, submitted. So if you have those students who maybe do partial work, this is an opportunity for them to, for you to resend it back to them so they can complete it. I know that tends to happen sometimes. I'm going to sign out. I'm going to sign in. Hopefully, yep, there it goes. I'm going to say teacher side of things. Okay, so you can see the 2 attempts. You can view the responses. She wears a red hood for grandma. If you want to print it out, you would go to Express Grader. No, not the Express Grader. Let's see, you would have to go to the assignments. You can print from here. Okay. So if you're going to print out their test, you can see it right here, print it out, and you'll be able to see what their document is. So that concludes our training. Let me know. You can always email me, and I'll help you out through a Google Meet or Zoom, or I can come in person, help you out in the classroom as needed. And that's it. I know it seems long, like it's a lot, but it really isn't. It'll go pretty fast. The more you do it, the faster and easier it will be, and your students really shouldn't have any problems logging in to their account. But let me know. Let me know if you have any questions. I'll be more than happy to help you. Thank you very much and have a great day. Thank you.